Hi, this is Doug Wolfe, Town Real Estate Group. Today we're going to be bringing you the market update for the cities of Norfolk, Chesapeake, and Virginia Beach. This is in reference to the real estate numbers, how they came off of our multiple listing system, looking at the month of November 2012 and going back and comparing it to the previous months of 2012, as well as to what happened last year at this same time, 2011. So, without any further ado, we're going to get right to the report. All right, so we've got a lot to talk about today and not a lot of time. Here we are, we're looking at Norfolk, Virginia Beach, Chesapeake. Obviously, if you're a buyer, this is information you need to know so that you know what the trend lines look like here in Hampton Roads. And if you're a seller, obviously, if you're looking to sell, you also need to know the trend lines and what's going on and what is affecting the price of your property, because when it's all said and done, the market dictates what a house is going to sell for, how much a buyer's willing to pay, and what a seller is able to get. That's dictated by the market. Nothing else really has anything to do with your sales price. So let's get right to it. Here we are in the city of Norfolk for November 2012. 1,345 properties were currently on the market for the month of November. That number actually down a little bit to 8.63% and negative 8.63%. Number of units sold, 170 units were sold in the month of November. And that went up a little bit, 3% over last year at this time. And boom, the median sold price was the highest that it's been all year. That's why it's in blue, 169,950. That's the highest that it got to all year long. You can see it's higher than the average for the city of Norfolk. A percentage of change of 17.21% over last year at this time. And wow, that's a big jump right there. And you can see that is the highest for the year as well. 6.9% is the months of inventory. That's staying right around the average, which is 7 months. We're looking for anywhere between 4 to 8 months is a normal market, 4 to 6 months. So Norfolk, you're right in that realm. And here you can see throughout the year when things are happening. Blue means that this was the highest, and the lighter pinkish orange means it was the lowest. And so you can see in May, most number of units sold, most number of units on the market, and then you can start to see how it trended out last year, or I'm sorry, the first part of this year, the lowest amount sold because of the holiday season generally, because of Christmas and New Year's. Now we're going to jump into Virginia Beach. 2,123 properties on the market in the month of November. Boom, the lowest for the year, 2,123. The highest was back in March, and that is very, very typical for Hampton Roads, where most of the properties are on sale in March. And look, then 2 months later, 3 months later, the biggest number of properties that closed because they were put here and they closed here. That's how this trend line works. And you can see the inventory down, though, still 22.32% over last year at this time. Inventory is still very, very low, averaging at 23% lower than last year at this time. Number of units sold, 437 units were sold for the month of November. We're averaging around 475 a month. Most was 606. The least was 315. And that number is up 9.52%. So inventory lower, solds up. It's crazy. It's crazy how the numbers look. Median sold price $233,000. That number actually up a little bit, 1.37% over last year. And wow, the months of inventory on the market is the lowest that we've had all year long, 4.49. That is a fantastic number right there. If you're buying or selling, it means that homes are moving, and that's what we want. We want homes to be moving in the Virginia Beach, Norfolk, Chesapeake area. Going into Chesapeake, we've got 1,414 properties, the lowest of the year for the number of units currently on the market. Percentage of change, wow, down 23, just about 24% over last year at this time. That means there were 24% more properties on the market in November of 2011 than there were this year. 255 properties had sold. The most that we did for the year in 1 month was 344, and the least was 181. But 255, that number has increased almost 24%, which is pretty much just the opposite of what's going on with inventory. So properties are selling. They're selling. We're selling real estate. Median sold price $227,700. That's pretty much exactly where it was last year at this time. The most that it got to in 1 month was $249,900 for Chesapeake, and the least was $209,500 for the city of Chesapeake, and 5.33 is really right where we want it to be. So, any questions, any comments about this, please let me know. It's Doug Wolfe, and my phone number is 757-515-4728. You can email me at dougwolfe@bettercalldoug.com, and that's also one of our websites is bettercalldoug.com. Our buyer website is searchhamptonroadsva.com, and our company site is townrealestategroup.com. Make it a great day. We're back next month with December's report.